I'm Leigh LaRie.
And I'm NikB.
Listen, we're just two single girls from the City of Roses discussing all things love, lust, and perception.
And roses are a symbol of all things beautiful about love.
But as you know, love can get a little dirty, so we're here to talk about it.
Dirty Roses Podcast starts now.
Hey, I'm Leigh LaRie.
And I'm NikB.
And welcome to Dirty Roses Podcast. Guess what we're doing today?
What are we doing today?
Listener letters.
I love it. Yes. My favorite part.
Yes.
We did this last season, and it was so great. So I'm really happy that people submitted more letters to us.
And if you, too, want to submit a letter so you can get our crazy, wacky advice, you can email them to us at dirtyrosesletters@gmail.com. Okay, yes. So make sure you send those in so that we can read them during the show. We might even start, if we get enough, we can do them on social media or something.
And you can submit them anonymous.
Yes.
Or if you want your name in there, or you know what, no one would know if you used a fake name or not. So
that part. We actually, last season, we had somebody send them, and it was like from an anonymous email. Like it was literally like they made a fake email address just to send us a letter.
Which is totally fine. But
I actually, so special.
I actually got a few this time where I know where they came from, but to protect the innocent,
the names will not be changed.
There are no names.
And then I do have one that came via social media. So you can also hit us up on our Dirty Roses podcast pages on all of our social media platforms because we check the inboxes and all those things. So however you want to do that. So I will kick it off with the one that I know. I'm not going to read it verbatim because I didn't bring it with me. Okay. But what I'll tell you, the generic version of it is, it was a lady, and she has a friend, and they used to hang out a lot. They kicked it at the party. They do a lot of things together. They were always like the fun two out of the group, right? Yeah. So as they've gotten older, they've kind of like developed different friend groups. So they've done different things. They go different places. They hang out with these different friend groups in settings that are probably not compatible for each other, which is fine because everybody has their own friend groups.
And we get older, and our circles change.
Absolutely.
That's called adulting.
Absolutely. And real friends are fine with that, right? Yeah. So the two ladies, still really good friends, but, have their different friend groups. They hang out together occasionally, whatever. One friend started to feel like the other friend, I'll say friend A is the first friend, the friend that submitted the letter, and friend B is the other friend. Okay. So friend A said friend B is now competing with her. If she feels like she's competing with her as far as whether or not like guys like her or for attention or I think it mostly centered around men. And it was like if friend A said, hey, I'm dating this guy or I'm talking to this guy, friend B then somehow befriends the guy. Or somehow is like, hey, I was talking to this guy. You know him, right? Me and him slept together and those kinds of things. And so friend A is like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like everything that I'm doing, friend B is trying to do now. So friend A is asking, how do you, A, know if a friend is competing with you for attention, for men, whatever? How do you handle the situation? And then is there even a remedy? Like, do you stay friends? Do you distance yourself? Do you cut that person off? And when I was reading this, I was kind of like, wow, friend B was messing with the guys that you were trying to talk to. Like, that's crazy. So what would you do? Or have you ever been in this situation?
So, no, I haven't been in this situation, but let me make sure I understand the gist of it. Okay. So friend A and B have been friends. They are friends, but they have different friend circles. Some circles overlap. But they have common friends and they have their own friend groups,
I'm guessing so. She just said that they have grown and they've developed new friendships. They're not hanging out as much as they used to. I think that was the reason for saying that.
And friend A has noticed that friend B tries to take her friends.
Not friends, men.
Specifically men.
I think she specifically was calling out men. She was saying that the friend B, she felt like was competing with her for attention, for other things.
For male attention.
Right. That's what it seemed like because she mentioned the situation about friend B sleeping with somebody she was talking to.
So then, first thing that comes to mind is friend B really a friend if they're sleeping with friend A's men or interests or...
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
So that's kind of the first thing that I think about is, well, really, how good is this friendship? Because sure, there's things in life that we can get, envious over, a little jealous over. All those things are natural things. However, when it comes to a point where you're now kind of going behind a friend to take a relationship, may that be a sexual relationship or even just a friendship, because I guess we can apply this to female friends too. Now it feels malicious. And friends don't do that.
Right.
I'm not really sure how I would approach that one. I don't know how, as a friend, that I would, if I were friend A, I guess first I'd have to have very clear examples that I could bring to friend B to say, no, this did happen, so that they can't rebuttal and say you're misreading things.
Because people will be like, no, that's not what happened. Yeah. And then if you don't have the receipts,
then it makes friend A look like the jealous, crazy, not clear-minded
You're
one.
making stuff up, and now I feel like I feel away because you're looking at me some kind of way.
Right. So first thing I would recommend to friend A is collect your receipts. If you have good examples of when friend B has slept or dated with someone that you have either expressed interest in or have already slept with, for that matter, kind of say, oh yes, on this date I told you this, here goes our text messages, but then a year later you tell me this, that you been in the sheets with old boy. And even though maybe that relationship with friend A and the guy didn't work out, it's still a matter of I don't want you sleeping with my exes.
Right. Oh, that's a big weird thing that people are weird about too, because
some people don't care. I will say that. Yeah. Some people take the stance of, if that relationship is over, it's over. Some people also take the stance of it was never that serious. Yeah. We were just a hookup or a fling. So I would say,
or there's like, if it was 85 years ago,
or if it was 85 years ago, all those things are factors, and all those things are real, and none of them have to be discredited.
Right.
It's just sort of a matter of
your personal boundaries.
And then also, like, if the friend B is a friend B, or a really good friend to A, you would think that they kind of also know that about their friend.
They would know what their boundaries are.
They would. And even though every person has their own boundaries and their own quirks of what they will and will not tolerate, it's also a matter of respecting your friend's boundaries and knowing that, hey, I've been rocking with my girl. I know that my girl doesn't like this.
Right.
And if I know that, to then turn around and do that really makes me wonder, well, how good of friends are we if you know that this is something I wouldn't want done? Why would you do that?
That's facts. I think you're right. I think when I was reading it, the first thing I thought about was like, whoa, friend B just ain't your friend. That period. Because why? The second thing, it was kind of what you're saying. It was like, and we don't know because we only get so many details in these letters, but what was communicated as far as what your boundaries are? Because I know I have friends who have dated their friends' exes, and it's no big deal to anybody. I know me personally, I'm like, nah, I'm good, right?
Not
which
for
is
you.
Which is why I don't date in Portland. We talk about this all the time. Like I'm like, everybody's an ex. So but my friends all know this. Like, they know what my rules are, or not. I say rules. Rules sound so controlling, but like what my boundaries are, what my hard stops are, like what I would and wouldn't do to my own friends, and what I would like my friends to respect for me, right? So it is a matter of, like how you're saying, what's been communicated between friends, like, this is what my hard stop is, and this is what I accept and don't accept. And like you said, like what are the rules around guys, like, the time frames,
So let me ask you this. Even though we don't know necessarily, who the story is about, but just in talking about boundaries and talking about friends, would you, if this had happened to you, would you rather the friend not have told you what they did, knowing that you wouldn't have liked that boundary being crossed? So it would be like a case of, what I don't know won't kill me. Would you rather that from a friend, or would you rather your friend tell you?
I think it depends on the scenario. I think in most cases, I prefer the option of knowing, so I can decide how I want to move forward, right? So even if knowing hurts my feelings and I got to process that, I think I would rather know, because now I know, what kind of person you are, and I can just move accordingly. Like, I don't think I always necessarily will call something out, unless it's like really like dire. I think I will just adjust how I move around a person and what I share and what I tell and what I do, right? If I don't know, I don't know. So there's that. So there could be a ton of shit that I don't know that friends do. I don't know. But my preference, I think, would be to know. I don't know if it benefits the other person though by telling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think for me, it benefits me to know because I can move accordingly, like I said. Yeah. But like for the other person, they can be like, oh well, dang, Leigh been distance. Well, I wonder what's going on.
Right. And then you have to explain the why.
Yeah, and that's even if they say anything, they might just notice. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like, and I've been working on this with my life coach, that not everything deserves an explanation. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes the explanation leaves room for you to lower your boundaries, mm-hmm. Or it gives room for people to give excuses and figure out what they can tell you to then further harm you in the future. So sometimes not everything deserves an explanation. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you grow apart from friends. Sometimes you just distance yourself and you have friendships that are in specific lanes. Yeah. You know? And that's, I think, for me. What would you do?
So with that being said, well, okay, how would I feel? I think I'm kind of like you in the sense that I would like the opportunity to decide how I want to move based mm-hmm. on all the information that I have in front of me. Right. Although, and I will say this, I am also the kind of person that would rather operate in a positive place. And if the truth is negative and harmful, sometimes I don't want to hear it because then it puts me in a bad mood and it makes me feel a way. It's almost, it kind of goes back to what I don't know won't kill me. Yeah. It's a tough one because I can see how both directions where I would want to know, and then at the same time I'm like, man, did me knowing this information change anything for me?
So how would you feel though if you didn't get told, right? Like, mm-hmm. so if this friend is like maliciously moving behind your back and doing things like this, right? And they never tell you, they just do it and they don't tell you. How would you feel knowing that at some point they could have told you? Like, because I think at some point things always come to light, right? There's always going to be some revelation of truth somewhere.
I think it depends, honestly, on the scenario. Now, this is what I mean by that. When I listened to your story of friend A and friend B, the person writing said that friend B was messing around or dating people in her past?
No, it's what it sounded like was that friend B was friend A told friend B about somebody she was talking to.
Currently talking to.
Attempting to get to know, talk to, person of interest, and friend B then comes back later and after the fact and was like maybe after things didn't work out. Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened, and then was like, oh yeah, remember that this person.
So then this is where it comes circumstantial for me. Mm-hmm. If I am telling my friend that I'm actively interested in someone, I'm actively pursuing someone, or that it's a fresh breakup, to me, I would want that disclosure. Yeah. Okay. If friend B decides to mess around with a person that I was never that interested in 10 years ago, I don't actually care as much. It means nothing to me. No, it doesn't affect me. I don't have any feelings for that person. I'm not trying to rekindle anything for that person. And so having had that information doesn't benefit me.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Question though. Okay. What if friend B is messing around with like multiple men that you have now messed with?
Okay, so that's the part where receipts come in play. Yeah. Because that feels weird. Right. It's kind of, I can get where, especially in a city where a lot of people are familiar with the same friend circles, what is weird is if it seems intentional that friend B is just collecting exes of friend A.
I want this one,
this one, and that one. Like that seems weird because that seems intentional. That seems more of like, because I can understand if maybe friend B developed their own real feelings and real relationship for someone that friend A was never interested in from a long time ago. Right. That's different than friend B saying, I want what friend A had, and this will make me feel like friend A's popularity or validation or whatever it is. That to me feels a little different. That's a different story. So if that's what's happening, I would recommend friend A have a nice little sit down with friend B and be like, hey, I mean, I kind of noticed.
I've noticed that your bag of dicks matches mine.
Twin bag of dicks. We're Eskimo. Nobody wants that.
Oh my God.
So that would be my recommendation.
Makes sense.
I would tell friend A, if you're listening, if friend B has slept with, dated, flirted, whatever these relationships are with a few of your previous exes, partners, or flirt friends, I would address that. But if we're talking about just like a one-time scenario of someone from your past, I would make note of it, but I wouldn't approach it yet.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it. And we take into consideration all the things that you said. Like, if you're developing feelings for somebody, and again, like it's from the past, cool. It's genuine.
Yeah.
If you're collecting dicks, got it. All right. Good job. Friend A, Friend B. I hope you guys are listening.
I hope you work it out.
Yeah, because friendships are hard to come by. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully they figure it out. Okay, you got some listener letters.
Yeah, I actually have 3 different listener
letters. Oh, you was collecting.
Well,
okay.
People have been hitting me up. It's really great that we connect with our listeners and that they are engaged with our stories. Absolutely. And they feel comfortable sharing what they're saying or sharing their stories with us because it makes for good conversation.
It does.
So, God, this first one is kind of long, but I'll get through it. Okay. So this is from an anonymous listener, but they say this. My best friend, I'm going to call her Kim. So these are all fake names.
She loves giving names. I'm like friend A, friend B, and she's like,
no, I'm reading
Kim
this.
And Carol.
I'm reading this verbatim. This is what they wrote.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because it gets confusing, and I see why they did this.
Okay.
So my best friend, I'll call her Kim, and I have been best friends since we were in elementary school.
Ooh.
My best friend started dating her boyfriend, let's call him Ryan, started dating her boyfriend about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I started dating her boyfriend, Ryan, 2 years ago. Okay. Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
that's the first paragraph.
Oh, okay. This is good. Okay.
Okay. So she says, I'll explain how all this happened. I've always had a crush on Ryan. In fact, I told Kim about my crush before they became an item, but I never told him. Oh. However, I did tell her. So that actually sounds like your friend A, friend B. It
does.
Almost. So there's that. Okay. She says, they being Kim and Ryan, they began dating, and I was like, I guess it is what it is. She says a year into their relationship, they had a rough patch and they broke up. One night, I was talking to Ryan, and I let it slip that I always thought he was cute. And he says that he thought I was cute too. One thing led to another, and we just started vibing and flirting. We just sort of have this chemistry that comes natural, and it was easy to talk to him. While Kim and Ryan were broke up over the course of a month, he and I hooked up twice. I'm going to let that sit with you. Okay. I told him we should stop, and we did. And then Kim and Ryan got back together.
Oh, Ryan is a sleazeball at this point, but go ahead.
But then we started fooling around again, too. So we have secretly been doing us for the past 2 years, even though they are together. We go on dates. I've met some of his family, a few cousins. Sometimes the 3 of us hang out, but not often are we all in the same room.
Gosh, my pearls.
I don't know what to do. I'm starting to want this relationship to be real and just he and me, but I don't know how to have a real relationship with him. Honestly, I don't want to lose him, and I don't want to lose my best friend either. Is there any way I can salvage both relationships? Help.
I got one word for them.
Oh, okay.
Thruple.
But here's the thing.
No, that's a trash-ass situation altogether, and every individual in that situation is wrong. They're all wrong.
Kim doesn't lose.
She dated somebody that her friend expressed interest in.
You're right.
Like, everybody in that scenario is wrong.
Okay, so now about expressing interest. Okay. The anonymous writer says that all she said was that she was interested in him, but she didn't tell him this.
Right.
And so
if I told you that guy over there is cute, or I like him, I'm interested in him, I have a crush on him, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to him, yada, yada, and then you turn around and start dating that man after I tell you that.
Yeah.
That feels like friend A, friend B. That's weird.
Yeah.
And then for the Ryan guy to be like, oh, we broke up for a month, let me smash this other person, and now I'm going to get back with the other girl, but we're going to keep smashing.
Yo, it's a mess.
The whole thing.
A mess. So Ryan's sleeping with both girls.
So he's the most wrong.
The anonymous writer knows that she's sleeping with her best friend's
super
friend.
Wrong.
Kim
is the least wrong.
Okay, in real life, is there any way to salvage the best friend relationship who she's been best friends with since elementary school?
So, and I can only speak from my own personal opinion. No.
Okay.
Because the friend Kim, right? The one
who has been in the relationship.
Right.
Okay.
So Kim got told some information by her friend and started dating. So I'm already feeling away. So the anonymous writer is probably feeling away. Like I have the rights to this person regardless of whatever your situation is because I told you I liked him. Mm-hmm. So whether wrong or right, you know, she probably feels entitled to this man's time, energy, space, and relationship. Yeah. Off top because I've expressed interest first. Right. You dated him, so you're on the wrong. So whatever happens between me and him, when I told you, she feels validated and justified to a certain extent. So Kim is wrong for that part. Okay. Now, Ryan is trash because he...
fuck Ryan.
I mean, now granted, they were broke up, so things happen. You know, if it had been like a thing where...
They were only broken up a month. So, like, you get into it with your girl, do you just...
Look at your shirt. Your shirt says Dicks in Therapy, and our guest said the best way to get over a man was to get dick in therapy, okay? So Ryan was trying to give out some dick, and she was trying to get some dick therapy, okay?
God, I cannot.
So, again, when we talk about this too, like, if you're broke up, you're broke up. Now, hopefully, everybody was aware they were broke up, because maybe Kim didn't know they were broke up.
Maybe Kim didn't know.
Maybe they were having a rough patch.
Story, they were having a rough patch.
Because rough patches, I've heard from various people, like I've even watched like the video clips and things like that where the guy would be like, well, we were broke up, and they'd be like, no, we were arguing. Listen, and you went to your house, I'm to mine.
We were on a break.
Right. And these breaks be like 1-2 days and they're back together. So technically, like, so for us, for maybe you, for your personal boundary is like a month is not a long enough time for me to say like we're over each other yet.
And then to be back together for this long ever since that.
That part, that's a long time.
They've been together for 3 years and she's been dating her best friend's man for 2.
Yeah, they're how do you keep that a secret? And how do you hang out together? So when they're hanging out together.
So here's the thing. I don't know how often they hang out. She said they.
But how? Because like, are you hanging out because they're on a date and you're the third wheel, or you're all just a friend group at this point? Like,
I don't. So okay. So I don't know.
Right.
If the anonymous writer is telling us that she told her best friend Kim before Kim started dating him that she was into him, that means that they probably all knew each other to some degree.
Right.
We don't know how long, and we don't know like how he fits into their lives, but bottom line, they all knew each other prior to anybody dating.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So it could be that they've all hung out together because they have similar friend groups, or because I'm your BFF and you're hosting something at your home and your boyfriend's there. We've all been in the same room.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I know your boyfriend.
Yeah, either way, I don't think there's any rectifying the friendship, because once that comes out, now here's the thing. Mm-hmm. She could end things with Ryan and take it to her grave.
Wait,
the anonymous person could end things with Ryan.
However, she's saying she low-key is wanting to be exclusive with him.
There's no way.
She said she's tired of sharing her boyfriend, her sister. Wait, she's tired of sharing her
sister's
best
boyfriend, man, saying cousins,
boyfriend with
uncle,
her.
daddy. The only way that this is going to end is she gets Ryan, loses the friend.
Okay.
Or she keeps the friend and loses Ryan. That's the only option she has.
Well, listen,
or everybody loses everybody.
Anonymous, this was the best we could do for you, and we are not professionals, and I don't know if somebody can advise something better. Maybe we'll reach out to other listeners for feedback on this
I would say this, and I'll end it because I've been talking a lot. I would just say, you decide which one's more important.
Ooh, yep.
If your friendship with that person who you've known since elementary school is more important to you than a person of interest, love life, whatever that you could find in somebody else, then choose your friend. Take it to your grave. Don't say shit. Tell Ryan take it to his grave, and keep your friend.
Ryan won't say shit.
Right. If you love Ryan and that is your person, and you guys are soulmates and you're gonna ride off in the sunset together,
and Kim's got to go.
Then you need to tell your friend, like, hey, we've had this thing going on.
Oh my God. So you're having my baby.
Hey. Enemies. Oh, we made her pregnant. Damn, we love making up stories. But no, you have to decide which relationship is more important, and you choose. That's the end.
That is the best advice we can provide for you. Pick a relationship and rock it out. Okay,
and it better work. Whatever you pick, it better work.
Right? But the minute Ryan and Kim ever break up, if they don't get married, Ryan's gonna be like, "That's why I fucked your friend." Take that,
and
Kim.
Then you all lose.
Take that, Kim.
That's why I fucked your bitch, fat motherfucker. She gonna go full Tupac on her.
Tupac in it, okay?
Oh God, okay.
Oh gosh.
Well, that was a good one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do have two more. They are definitely not as long, but I do think they need advice here.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. So this is again all anonymous. It says, I, 25-year-old female, am a virgin.
Woo! Sorry. Oh, sorry.
To my 25-year-old virgins, that's not bad.
No,
don't let her.
Was not
don't
judgment.
Don't let her shame you.
That wasn't judgment. It wasn't shame. I'm just proud of you, and I applaud you and your strength. Continue.
I'm gonna start from the top. I, 25-year-old female, am a virgin. Okay. I've decided this is my year to live and have some real experiences.
She wants to fuck. She's tired of being a virgin.
She's ready to swing on the lang.
All right.
I'm interested in both girls and boys.
Oh, okay.
I've had my very first kiss just last month. Oh. So very green here. Just last month.
Wow.
And her first kiss, she says, was with a girl. Oh. And even though I was super nervous, my liquid courage helped, and I really liked it.
She said, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Okay.
Recently, I met a guy on a dating app. Oh. And for our first date, we've talked about hooking up. I'm excited. I'm nervous. The guy knows I'm a virgin. Do you have any tips for me?
Red flags.
What should I expect? And how do I prep for this?
What does she mean on hookup.com? What the hell is this?
I mean, them dating apps move quick.
Okay, hold on.
A lot of them are, it's hookup culture, young lady.
Oh, God. This is why I don't do dating apps. Okay. Okay, first of all, my first inkling is just rock with the girl, because who's like, my first date wants to be a fuck? Like, I mean, I know that tends to happen. It goes that way.
And then also keep in mind the age. So we are speaking from women who have experienced already. She has not. True. And we're speaking probably more like a big sis versus what were we thinking when we were in our early 20s.
I don't think I was even thinking like my first date we're talking about hooking up. Like that's a little bit, that almost sounds like predatory in a way of him. Like he found out you're a virgin and now he's like, oh, I'm about to tap that ass and take these cherries.
But you know what? I know a lot of guys that don't want to be the one to take your virginity.
I do know that too. But this situation, he clearly does, because they've talked about it.
They did talk about it.
So it just feels a little weird that you guys have had not you, but you know what I'm saying? Like that you guys had a conversation about hooking up on a first date. Like that's the conversation. Like it wasn't like, I want to take you to a park and get to know you. I want to, find out what your wants are. Like maybe you talk about hooking up in the future. Like, oh, I would, if that ever happens, I would love it.
But I mean, clearly the girl's horny. She's down. She's down. She said she's ready to live.
And fair.
She is ready to live. She's 25. So here's the other thing that I'm thinking about. Even though she is not experienced, she's also not some 12-year-old inexperienced child. She is 25.
You're right.
And even though maybe it feels very red flaggy, and maybe she does need to experience going through some red flags, that doesn't change the fact that she's of age to make a sound decision for herself if she's ready to do that.
True. And maybe she went in there with the intention of like, I want to hook up with somebody. Like, to be fair, my virginity was halfway lost out of state.
Not halfway. It was half there and half wasn't.
It's in question. Okay. But my intention, I didn't want to lose my virginity to somebody I knew in Portland, because if I did something embarrassing, I didn't want to have to face that person ever again. So I very much was like, I'm of age. Right. I want to if it happens great, out of state. And if no one knows, it's great. And I don't say halfway because no one knew. It was halfway because I don't think he put it in.
Oh my God.
I didn't know.
Or did he and it was just too short and it just didn't reach the back?
Oh
God.
I think he tickled the clit a little bit. And that might have been it, and that's as far as it reached. But anyways, that's a little more than I probably cared to share. But the point is, she very well might have went on this app to try to hook up with somebody because it felt easier than to try to build a relationship for your first time.
Yeah.
What were you asking? Like, what should she do? Like, should she hook up with the guy?
Her last actual questions are: do you have any tips for me?
Okay, we're looking for tips. Okay, I'm sorry, I went in straight big sister mode.
What should I expect? And how do I prepare for this?
Well, first ask for a dick pic. Because that way you can prepare for the pain or the lack of pain.
Oh, I will say this. your first time may be good, bad, or indifferent. You are always going to remember it. So ask yourself if you actually want to remember this person before you do anything.
Oh, that's a good point.
But if you've already decided you're moving forward with this, I agree. Go ahead and get some pictures because it won't be comfortable. It's not going to be pleasurable. It's not going to be all the candy canes and rainbows. It's not going to be. It's going to be more painful than anything else. I think the first time. So be prepared for that.
Unless you're relaxed, she apparently likes liquid courage. Because if you're relaxed, then it might not be as painful.
Be relaxed, but also don't be so relaxed that you are unconscious.
Yeah, please don't.
Please be consensual.
Please.
Be within your right mind. We don't need any situations.
And we don't need that to be our advice.
And we don't want that to be what we're advising you to do. Do not drink any product that you see behind us, okay? None of that. How can you prepare for this?
Take a shower. Empty your bladder completely. And when we say completely, empty your bladder, you pee. And then you pee again. And then after you pee, you wash up because nobody likes pee residue. Just saying.
Pee residue.
Don't put soap directly onto your vagina before you have sex. You wash around and you use water because soap residue lingers. I don't think we're supposed to be putting soap in our vaginas anyways. There's special
Nothing
products
goes in
for
your
that.
Vaginas.
We learned this in season 3 or 2.
Don't let him put food down there.
Especially no milk products. If you guys want to play with food, maybe fruit, but please don't
Everybody
put no
thinks
milk
it's
products.
real cute
It's
to do
not.
the whipped cream.
Whipped cream smells like rancid ass.
Don't do
moldy
it. Don't do it.
Milk. Oh my God, because it warms up so fast.
You will wind up with a yeast infection, and then you'll have to go to the doctors, and it's more hassle.
Wait, can we start back with some really better advice?
Oh, okay, we want to back up.
Please make sure he's been tested.
Oh yes, let's start there.
Let's start there.
We already know that you're probably STD free. You're good. We don't know anything about this gentleman.
And it's not just a question. It's like let me see your paperwork. Like since you guys have been talking about it, you can actually have this conversation and not right because it's not uncomfortable. Like there are times where you're like, if we have sex, if we do this, it's something, but it makes it uncomfortable. But you are literally talking about hooking up and you know it's your first time. He needs to make sure he's tested and use protection, you know what I'm saying? Because we want to make sure that even if he's been tested, you don't want to get pregnant on your first time. You know,
and
that would be awful.
Also in preparation, wear a matching set. I mean,
because NikB only matches when she
getting
knows
busy.
She's having sex.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
no impromptu sex for her, because you're gonna get them granny panties.
Listen, I am a planner, and if I didn't plan to hump you, they don't match. Okay, okay. But since you're planning to hump around, go ahead and get you a little matching set. Go ahead.
I would even say
don't do satin; it doesn't breathe though.
Oh yeah, do cotton.
Do cotton or lace.
But cute cotton, cute lace, yes. I would say familiarize yourself, and I'm sure at this point you probably have, but familiarize yourself with your own body.
With your own anatomy, baby.
Yeah, because there could be the assumption that because you're a virgin, you don't know anything, so he's just going to do whatever he feels like. Right. Decide what you like, you know, and where and how, as best you possibly can by yourself.
Good Lord.
And then just enjoy the moment. Honestly, like
it's your first time, I guess. Lay back and take that. I guess. I don't know. Enjoy the shit.
That was a horrible reference considering
but
who said it.
Use baby oil.
Don't use baby oil. Use water-based lubricants, please. Do not use baby oil. You will not only get a yeast infection, you will also get a urinary tract infection. You might even get a bladder infection. Please. And then make sure he washes himself. Like if you want to make it sensual,
take a shower together.
I was going to say, if you want to make a really good experience, take a shower together, you know, do a little nug and tug in the shower, you know what I'm saying? And that way you can make sure his balls are clean.
Nope. Clean balls are nice.
Yeah. And if he's hairy, you know, make sure that that's your preference.
Oh, God, and if you're hairy.
No, make sure you guys have a preference. Talk about that.
Some men don't care. Some guys do. I don't know if you've ever had a Brazilian. They don't feel that great, especially the first time. But maybe you just get like a little lineup, a little trim.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Trim,
you know, just keep it neat.
And then, you know, I'm assuming there's been no oral either because if she's.
So I don't know.
I
know that.
I mean, just her in general.
She said she's only had her first kiss last month. So I'd hope.
I'm assuming not
that
kissing dicks before you've kissed a mouth.
Speaking to the mic. I'd hope that you're not.
If you choose to go that route,
someone on their face.
Don't use teeth.
Oh yeah,
don't,
try to like like
if
using your lips a little to
for those of you listening, she's now rolled her lips over her teeth.
Right,
I'm gonna narrate this.
Use your lips as a barrier between your teeth and the object at hand, and that way your teeth don't cut anything.
And don't listen to Cardi B on your first time. Touching that dangly thing that swings in your back of your
You'll
throat.
die.
You will die. You will throw up. It will be a very it would be a memorable experience.
Would it be when she's passed out and at the hospital?
She's gonna remember it later.
Listen,
I'm just saying, don't touch the dangly thing on the first time.
I don't want you to die of asphyxiation of dick in your throat.
Here lies NikB. How did she die? She touched that dangly thing and the swings in the back of her throat.
Yeah. So
and it stopped dangling.
We don't want that for you.
It swelled up.
Not on
and
the
she
first
choked
time.
And died. Oh God. Anyways, we say prepare.
Yeah.
Communicate. Discuss. Safety measures and enjoy.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. Last one.
All right. Okay. So this one actually came from a male listener.
Oh, yeah. I like when guys send stuff in.
All right. So it's not very long either. He says,
That's what she said. Hopefully, listener, the first question.
Jesus. All right. He says, my wife comes from a large, close-knit family. She and her siblings do holidays, birthdays, family trips all the time, and game nights at least once a month.
This sounds like somebody you might be talking to.
Oh, God. I come from a family that never gets together, and I'm an only child.
Oh.
I absolutely hate going to all the gatherings. It's just not my thing. How do I tell my wife I don't want to hang with her family that much without hurting her feelings or making the others think I have an issue with them?
I've actually heard this similar thing with a lot of guys. For whatever reason, I've known a lot of men that have entered into relationships with women that have big close-knit families, or the woman wants the man to be heavily involved with her family, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes they come from different backgrounds, just in general.
Yeah.
And it's a very like everybody wants their way, and the compromise is very minimal. I know one particular couple specifically that he is not down for the family gatherings, but they've talked about this. She knows that he's uncomfortable, and so she's aware that I'm only going to invite you to some of the stuff. I've let my family know, he doesn't come from a big family, so this is overwhelming to him. And so they're aware, that it's not a them thing, it's just this is a lot. And most big families usually know that they're a lot, you know what I mean? So there are some times where people are like, who the fuck don't like us? You know what I'm saying? And I can see that being your family. But like, what the fuck you mean you don't want to hang out with us?
What do you mean you don't want to play taboo?
And then go to the strip club later and eat chicken.
Go to the strip club and eat chickens.
I think it's definitely like, if you, it's married, right? Wife?
Yeah, it's his wife.
So at this point, I would assume that you're able to have certain conversations, but we all know that that's not always the case.
Right.
But as adults, we have to be prepared for uncomfortable conversations. And what I've taken as a life lesson has been, I'd rather deal with temporary discomfort than a lifetime of resentment. So I feel like there needs to be a conversation like, look, this is my background. This is how I grew up. You know this. I'm very overwhelmed, and I want to make sure that your family experiences me in the best light. And I don't feel like I can give that to you if I'm coming to every function, because I feel very uncomfortable. So is there a compromise where I come to the important things or the big deal things, and I maybe can not be present for the things that are like the regular monthly activities, because that way you're being present, you're making aware that it's not a them thing, it's I'm uncomfortable and I'm trying. And I feel like the wife, and we can't give her advice because she didn't ask, but she should be willing to compromise too. Like, you're my partner, I need to make sure you're comfortable, and I want my family to like you, and I want you to like my family. So let's make this work as best as possible.
Okay. I think that is good advice. I know even in my own family, we do get together a lot for a lot
I love y'all's family's activities.
We have a good time. We do. It's usually a whole gathering where there's food and there's games and
then there's
tragedy.
Every fucking time. I swear to God.
It never fails. Every time my family gets together, there's some.
I almost feel like your family, like, looks forward to this because it happens every time. And then we talk about it for months afterwards, and then it carries on. I don't love it because sometimes it's really bad. But we always laugh about it because we laugh about all the bad stuff anyways.
We do.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to, no, seriously, like our last big holiday, we all got together, we cooked, we played games. People came through that I wasn't expecting they'd show up.
That was fun.
Who invited this person? I didn't know that my family knew you.
Right.
But it's a good time. And I know that we have had different boyfriends and girlfriends who have, dated somebody in the family that have come. And it can be very intimidating because maybe they don't have the same relationships with each other as the people who have grown up together. Or they're, especially like I think of girlfriends that have come and they're just brand new and we're all looking at like, who's this female now?
And you know how women in families are. They'd be like
right.
We'll like her when she sticks around for about 4 more months.
We'll see if she make it to Thanksgiving. It'll be October 31st. And on the contrary, like we've had different guys come around and like, yo, your family gets together a lot. And I'll be like, yeah, isn't it great? They'll be like, yeah. No. So I like your advice of maybe finding a compromise of let me come to the really important things.
Right.
Maybe not everything. So usually the most important are like the major holidays.
Right.
Those are pretty important. I would say some birthdays, not all, because like if you don't know the auntie twice removed on the other side, like maybe you don't go to that, but maybe you go to the grandma's birthday.
For the non-monumental birthday, like 43 or 62.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Maybe you skip out on some of those, but if it's golden anniversary for the grandparents, you're there for that type of stuff.
But we also have to take into consideration, and I guess we don't know because the assumption is that maybe because he's not close to his family, but in scenarios where maybe there is another family involved, like how do you balance that out? Like what if your family is super involved and you're dating somebody who also has a super involved family? Like that's different too.
That is different. I personally haven't come across that where I've dated a guy who's as family oriented as me.
I wonder if that's because opposites attract. Because now that you say that, I don't think that there's ever anybody who's like, we've got 2 big ass families and they all want to get together.
Everybody's eating on the same day. We got a house hop. Like, no, I don't know. I haven't had that, but specifically for this person who wrote in, I liked your advice of trying to maybe highlight the important dates, maybe do some planning in advance. If game night is not your thing, because not everybody is actually into games.
Right.
However, to be nice and play fair, balance that out once in a while, just so that you are present.
Be the referee for the game. Don't play.
Be like, no,
hold the timer.
You were out. You're out. You did not.
This is like your chance to be critical. Like you don't like playing, then you can be like point out when everybody's doing things wrong.
Right, but like that's not how the rules. Let me pull out the sheet of Uno rules. That's me, by the way.
She literally did that.
I will pull out the rules real fast. Be that person. So that would be my recommendation for trying to be comfortable with a large family and large gatherings.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this in other seasons. It's like have those kind of conversations before you guys really start dating. Like get into that. Like find out whether or not you guys have similar family structures. Be self-aware because like I can imagine coming to your family's activities if they don't know the Baines. If you love them, you love them. If you don't, you don't.
It is a good time.
But they are some loud, shit-talking ass men's. And if you're not around that a lot or not used to it, it could be overwhelming. You could be like, why are they yelling? And they're talking in a regular voice. Right.
This is our inside voice.
Right. So being aware of your family, your own family dynamics, and when you're talking to somebody and you're dating somebody and you're getting married, you're having those conversations like, this is how my family is, and have those conversations. Like, we were really big on talking about communications early on in a relationship. So we're like,
but what's interesting also about this is that they already are married.
Yeah.
So he's had a chance to meet everybody. They kind of know each other's families. It doesn't sound like this is his first rodeo going around. It just seems like it's really not something he wants to continue doing. Yeah. But he's kind of been putting up, trying to.
Yeah. But I feel like also in marriage, you you compromise. You're going to do some things that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to hang out with family that you don't want to hang out with because that's just the right thing to do as a compromise. Now, granted, you ain't got to do it all the time.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be the only one compromising. So she's got to compromise too. But yeah, if you don't want to, you should have thought about that before you're married. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But, oh my gosh. I have a personal thing that I need advice on.
Okay.
So I accidentally gave my number to somebody. Okay, it wasn't accidentally.
Okay. How do you give your number accidentally?
Okay, maybe I'll do this.
We'll back up. Okay.
I have an issue with men approaching me for work. Like through my job or through other things work related, that I'm thinking we're connecting over actual work stuff.
Okay.
And we exchange information, emails, phone numbers, whatever, because I'm thinking it's work, right? I do this a lot, and maybe this is where I'm going to get this advice at. But what ends up happening is I don't know if it just grows from there for the men or if it was their intention, but somewhere along the lines, a lot of people who approach me about wanting to work with me or do stuff with me, either for my day job or this or whatever, end up trying to holler at me. And then now I'm stuck in this communication cycle with somebody who now wants to try to date me, but I thought it was work, and I don't know how to get out of it sometimes.
Okay, so my first thing I would recommend is if you think it's work related specifically, do not exchange phone numbers. Only exchange emails to start with.
Gotcha.
And then from there, if the communication needs to happen outside of email, then that's different. But usually if it's work related, if we're reaching out to you for sponsorship or we're reaching out for you for partnership and collaborations, all of that stuff is business, which is done over an email thread.
That is a good point.
And, like think about even our day jobs, really the only time we take work related calls is because we've stepped away from the desk.
Yeah.
But oftentimes it can wait till I come back to my computer to respond to you.
That's facts.
There's usually not many reasons why you absolutely need to reach me at 7:30 at night.
That's facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise it can wait till tomorrow morning when I return to the office.
Absolutely.
So I would start with that. And because I know that we're very digital in how we share information, and business cards have kind of gone by the wayside, so we don't necessarily just have a business card on us.
Right.
You can set up those different accounts that are like dots, like the dot card readers.
Yeah.
Or there's another one called, I think, Bing, B-I-N-G, if I'm not mistaken, where it's basically just a profile that you can electronically send to someone that may have your picture. It will have your email address. It may have your work phone number, but you don't always have to sit at your desk and answer your work phone.
Right.
And whatever communication that's vital for work purposes that do not tie you to, and I think you even have a work phone, right?
I have a work cell phone,
You have a work cell phone and you have a personal phone.
That is very
So
fast.
I would stop using your personal number if you are.
Yeah, I stopped using my work phone because I got inundated with clients needing support services, and I was like, oh God, I can't even answer these.
I would also screen your calls then. If it comes to a point of people are calling you a lot, if it's work related and they send you a text, do not respond via text. Pick up the phone and call them during your work hours.
Oh.
If it is, if they've left you a voicemail, you can easily listen to the voicemail, but do not call them back until it's during your work hours. Like kind of set the boundary of this is work related, this is not personal.
I'm so bad with that. So you're right. That's such simple advice.
I mean, it is, but it's hard when it's not your nature.
Especially because we move. I'm like a go person all the time. So like if I'm in the moment, sometimes my brain freezes. Like I don't think things through. I'm just like here, like great. I'm on the go. I'm trying to get going where I'm going, and it feels harmless. So I'm like, cool, no big deal. And then it's always like the old man that, y'all. I had an old man.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, so I was finished up with a work event. And I was packing up my car by myself, and there was an old man walking down the street downtown, and he was like, hey, young lady, you need some, hey, young lady, you need some help packing up your car? And I was like, no, I think I got it. I'm good, okay. And he was like, when a man offer you help, you take it. Now, I've been trying to be more taking help, right, because I'm really bad at taking help. And I was actually really did come to help because it was a lot of shit.
It was a lot.
And so I was like, okay. So he came over, he helped me, really nice guy. And, we had some things that I was loading up in my car that was for my day job that he was like, oh my God, this is really cool. I would love to find out how I can get some of these. And I'm like, oh, okay, we have them at the office, whoop de whoop whoop. But I don't carry cards. Like, we talked about this. Like, I don't carry cards. I didn't we didn't have anything to write down with. I was like, how do I get his email? Like, I just wasn't thinking. And I'm like, okay, just text me your name and we'll connect later or whatever, right? So he texted me, and I said, great, I'll contact you about the things that we had, and keep it pushing. Yeah. He left. It was great. He was very nice. Nice old man. Really nice. When I say old man,
the fact that you keep calling him an old man.
He's older than my dad. So he's 70. And I found this out because he told me later when he kept calling me and texting me.
Why did he disclose? How does that come up naturally? Yeah, girl, I'm 70.
Yeah, because I kept calling him sir. Because he clearly was older than me, and I kept calling him sir. So he was like, he made me feel like I'm 100.
Oh, so he was offended a little bit.
Yeah, he was. And I was like, well, I spent a lot of time down south. I have family from the south. It's just something that I picked up, and I find it to be a respectful thing for anybody. I call people sir, ma'am, that are my age, because it's a polite thing to do. I just do it.
So another thing I noticed that you did right there in that moment.
Yes.
You made a personal connection with him when you didn't want to.
I'm trash about that.
So now you've offered information about yourself that you're from the South. That's a talking point. And it's sort of like, why did he need to know that?
Which is crazy, because that's what makes me good at my job. But it also makes me bad at setting boundaries. Because
do it in a work setting.
Yeah.
But that information, especially because he's not really approaching you for work. I mean, he may have originally.
Yeah.
But because he's having a hard time staying in that lane, I would not have offered personal information that we could bond over, have in common.
So here's how that went before, because it still felt like work. So I got in my car. Maybe like an hour later, I got to my office and I was unloading. He texted me, or he called me and was like, hey, just wanted to make sure that you made it to your location safe. I was like, oh, that was really nice of him, because I had a lot of stuff. And he was like, you had a lot of stuff. I'm going to make sure you were okay. And I was like, oh, thank you so much, sir. I was really, stop calling me. That's how it came out. So I was like, so it still felt like it was a personal connection, because it's kind of like, why are you calling to check on me?
Yeah.
But I've worked with people. It didn't feel out of
the scope of what
it just felt like he helped me load a lot of heavy stuff in my car, and he knew I was going to unload it because I was by myself.
When you were walking down the street, or when you were putting stuff in your car, and he was walking down the street,
yes,
was he in attendance at whatever function you were working?
No, so it was the next day, so the event was over.
Okay, so
it was just somebody taking a stroll, like they were working out.
How did he know that you would have services that he would need professionally?
So it wasn't services. I'm gonna say we had artwork that I was loading into my car with, amongst other things. So we had an event where artwork was being displayed, and it was black art. So he was saying how he liked art. He liked the artwork that we had, and was like wanting to inquire about getting some of the artwork. That was the question.
That was flirting. Fuck all that. He didn't want no paintings. He wanted you. So, yeah, girl, I like this art. How can I get more from you?
I suck at dating, because I can't tell sometimes. That was not. And I also don't like to assume that every person that talks to me in a nice way is flirting with me.
We don't have to assume that, but it's weird that you're just loading up some art, and oh, by the way, I want that art. How can I get in touch with you to get that art?
Well, he was loading it up, and then he was putting the art in the car, and he looked at it, and he's like, oh, this is really nice. Okay.
No.
Okay.
He wanted you.
See, it's funny how people think that I'm a stone cold bitch because of how I post on social media, and here I am being like the super overly nice person that can't get rid of people.
What's interesting though is that, and I'm actually super cold. I just don't post it.
Right.
But I am the least empathetic.
She is an asshole.
I do get called an asshole a lot, and it's not fair. Just because I'm.
She's like, I'm
just really direct.
I'm a truth teller.
I'm just like, I don't give a freak heck that you want artwork.
You edit yourself?
I did.
Out of all the times to edit yourself, this is now when you chose to edit yourself. Okay, see. Anyways, okay. Duly noted. Advice taken.
Yeah.
While she sips her Nebula 9 drink. Okay, listen.
I have that flavor in here right now, though.
Right. Which flavor is it?
It's the grape.
The grape. Oh,
so what's sitting in front of me right now is the pineapple passion fruit paradise.
Oh, yes.
But as you can tell, that's not the color of this here.
I have been killing out my grape drinks almost every episode.
I have that grape drink.
It's very good.
It's refreshing. It's amazing. I've got that the grape drink mixed with a little bit of cranberry.
Ooh,
a little bit of crayons.
So Nebula 9 Vodka is our newest sponsor for season 6. And you will have seen some of our recipe videos that we've been posting. You may have come to an event or two where we had the alcohol. It's really great.
And you can tell when I really like it because I'll be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Straight Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah. Smile like she's happy. Okay. But the vodka is amazing. They have vodka in bottles, like actual vodka, which is 4 times distilled. They use agave natural fruit juices. They have the apple cider vinegar in it. Yep. So it has like these great digestive qualities, doesn't give you a hangover, all the things.
And on the subject of like natural fruits, some of them have ginger in them, and they're actually using real ginger, not some syrups or, you know.
Syrups.
Anyway. They're delicious and nutritious, and
then they have the ready-to-drink cocktails, which is what we've got on the table. For those of you that can't see, they're little cans. They look like energy drinks, and they have 2 shots in them. They're actually really potent, but they don't taste like alcohol. So anyways, if you want to check out Nebula 9 Vodka, you can go to nebula9vodka.com, and that's the number 9, or Nebula 9 Vodka, the number 9, on social media.
Yep. You can also pick up their product actually at Costco.
Yes.
It's in select
liquor stores.
I was going to say ABC stores. Because I was about to say ABC. It's in select liquor stores.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
So we will be posting some places that you can purchase this, and that way you can pick up some for yourself.
But you'll be seeing us drinking it all season. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to Keith and Danielle for providing us with our spirits. We're already goofy enough as it is. Nicole, NikB, where can they find you?
So I can be reached on all platforms of Dirty Roses Podcast. May that be specifically our website, or if you visit us on Facebook, our Instagram, our TikTok, we're everywhere. But if you want to reach out to me specifically, I can be found on Instagram at NikB_NikB. And Miss Leigh LaRie, where can we find you?
Yes, you can find me everywhere. I haven't said that in a long time. Everywhere. I am Leigh LaRie. It's LeighlaRie. And of course, you can find us DirtyRosesPodcast.com, Dirty Roses Podcast on all social medias. And if you want to submit a listener letter, it is DirtyRosesLetters@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we will read your story next time.
Give me some feedback.
Thanks.
Guess what, Rose Buddies? We are thrilled to introduce our new sponsorship packages. Be sure to hit us up at DirtyRosesPodcast.com to inquire how we can showcase your brand on our platforms.